So I just want to complain about society for a minute. My daughter and I got a flat tire on a very busy freeway at the worst possible time of day. And there was a time when two women on the side of the freeway trying to change a tire would have gotten at least someone to stop. Here's what happened. Last night, a little after 6 o'clock, my daughter and I were heading back from the Fort Worth Stockyards where we had gone to celebrate her 14th birthday. When all of a sudden we hear a sound, it was not good, flat tire. Fortunately, even though there was heavy traffic, we were in the far right lane and it was my right rear tire. So we were able to pull over onto the shoulder and assess the situation. I called my husband just to let him know that I was going to be running late because of this. He said, "Sweetie, I'm not even off work yet. I'm all the way in Louisville. I'm still driving. It's going to be a while before I get back." And I was like, "Not a problem. I know how to change a tire. I can totally do this." Well, under normal circumstances, I could do this. However, not when the tire iron doesn't really work. One of the lug nuts gets stuck and my jack broke. Oh, and my spare was flat. Yeah. So this is a super busy part of the freeway and cars are just zipping past us like crazy style, not even really slowing down. And I was really shocked that after 40 minutes, not even an officer had stopped and like checked on us. So we're still out there trying to get this lug nut loosened when a red pickup truck pulls up and a very sweet Spanish couple stopped to see if we needed help. His name was Mario, her name was Monica. Shout out to them. They were amazing. So the guy gets out, he asked if we need help. He comes over, he takes one look at my pathetic excuse for a tire iron and a jack and says, "These don't work." Goes to his truck, brings out a 4-way and a jack and gets started trying to get this tire changed. And he's able to get the flat tire off and ready to put the new tire on, and that is when we realized that my spare was flat. So great, the spare is flat too. What do we do now? And because I'm not driving my regular vehicle, I was in our backup vehicle because I didn't have all the kids with me. Why take the big van? We'll just take the Yukon and her and I will have fun. Great, except the Yukon is like bare necessities. It doesn't have anything in it. Like, it doesn't have an air pump or decent tire jack, whatever. So this sweet couple decides to take my spare tire, put it in the back of their pickup truck, drive 10 minutes to the closest gas station, fill it full of air, and bring it back to me. Like, oh my gosh, they were so wonderful. I don't know what I would have done without them. So they bring back the tire and put it on, and by the time they got back and put the tire on, it was already going flat again. Great. Now what do we do? But then an angel in a green Jeep stopped by. So as we start to put weight on the tire and realize that it's already about that far off the ground, what do? I think I can get it to the closest gas station. You know, I'm just like, I don't want to take any more of these people's time. I feel so bad. When that angel in the green Jeep pulled up, sure enough, a bright green Jeep with big purple letters that says She-Hulk on it and an adorable rubber ducky turtle on the front of the Jeep. She hops out and she says, "Hey, do y'all need air? Because I've got air in my Jeep." And the gentleman helping me was like, "Yes, definitely." So she pulls her Jeep up and we put air in it. And in the tire, no joke, her Jeep has a built-in air compressor. Coolest thing ever. So we realize that it's still losing air, like steadily losing air. So she has me hop in and slowly pull forward, pull further off into the grass so we're safer. And she starts pouring water onto it to see if we can find it. So she's pouring water on the tire as I slowly roll forward, hoping we can find the hole because she's got tire plugs and we can fix this. And I'm like, I know how to use those. We can do this. But no, we could not find the hole at all. So she topped it off one more time. The sweet Spanish couple who stopped to help were able to get back on their way, and she offered to follow me home because the Spanish couple lived the other direction. She was headed my way, although I have a sneaking suspicion she wasn't really headed my way. She was just really helpful. and we decided I didn't want to risk trying to get it all the way home because I live on the far side of Arlington. It was like another 20 minutes or more up the road, but the church we attend was only about 10 minutes up the road, so we chose to go there. She gave us a walkie-talkie so it would be easier to communicate on the way, and she followed us with hazards on, keeping an eye on the tire in case we needed to refill. So she's following us. Of course, there's like an accident on 30, because when is there not? And we were able to get there without having to stop and refill air in the tire. But by the time we got there, we were already really low. I had called my husband and said, hey, by this time it's after 8 o'clock. Bear in mind, this all started just after 6 o'clock. My husband had picked up the pizza, taken it to our other 3 kids, gotten them in bed, and come to get us at the church because he had fix-a-flat and stuff like that, Okay. So when we got to the church, She-Hulk puts more air in the tire. Like, we got it all the way full. And then it just, by the time my husband got there, it was already down 7 PSI. Like, it was leaking bad. So we filled it up again. My husband drove that home. I drove his truck home, and She-Hulk was on her way. I started off like 20 minutes in feeling so frustrated that I couldn't do this myself, because I'm a very capable person. There is no reason that I should not be able to change a stupid tire. I know how to do this. But then the fact that when I needed help, there was no one to help. I was feeling like, man, this is crazy. And I wanted to be able to show my daughter that we live in a world that still has good people in it. And I just figured, pulled on the side of the road, that somebody would stop to help us, because every time I've ever needed help before, someone showed up. And fortunately, people showed up. It may have taken a little bit longer than expected, but by the end of the night, my daughter said, wow, that was so awesome that 3 strangers gave up so much of their time for us. So TikTok, do your thing. Jeep community, if you can find She-Hulk and her phenomenal green Jeep, like, majorly give her a shout out. She was a godsend. She followed us there, took so much time. I mean, took hours out of her night when she was headed to a girls' night to watch Christmas movies. She sacrificed that time for complete strangers, for a mom and a daughter that were stuck on the side of the road. And especially because there was already somebody stopped helping us, so often we see somebody and either we don't stop or we go, oh, they've already got help. But we needed more help than we had, and she was there when we really needed her. So to Mario and Monica, thank you so much. And to Paige, you were amazing. Thank you. We finally made it home. It was right around 9 p.m. And we asked our daughter if she wanted to wait and open presents and do cake and all that stuff with her siblings tomorrow. And she said, well, we could do cake tomorrow, but could we do presents tonight? So we got her siblings out of bed. They were not asleep yet, but they were in bed, and opened presents and spent a little bit of time as a family. And, when I had started the morning taking her to the Ultimate Bullfighters World Finals and coffee and lunch and all that fun stuff, I had expected her 14th birthday to be memorable. I didn't quite plan on it being so memorable, but it is definitely one she won't forget.